The far North Queensland area is known for high rainfall and a warm tropical climate. So as much as the Great Barrier Reef is on your bucket list when visiting Cairns, the UNESCO World Heritage listed wet tropics rainforest certainly has some charm too. Therefore, I'm featuring in today's video some of the best waterfalls and swimming holes near Cairns that you could check out. Not only will you be amazed at the natural beauty of the rainforest, but enjoy the clear waters, being budget friendly, and some with a chance of a nice cool dip in the process. Babinda Boulders is about 1 hour south of Cairns, one of my favourite swimming holes and worth visiting on a half or full day trip. It's only a short veer off the main A1 Bruce Highway and has plenty of parking and easy stair access to the water. The area is surrounded by massive boulders, hence the name, and the crystal clear waters to stay cool all year round. There are plenty of facilities with toilets, barbecues, picnic tables, as well as a couple of different walking trails. Although, always read the warning signs and only swim in the designated areas. There is one main swimming hole as well as a short walk and a lookout point to the Devil's Pools. But for safety reasons, the Devil Pools are only for viewing and have a very long history to the local Aboriginal people. The Cairns Lagoon is the perfect spot whether you want to have a quick dip or cool off from the heat or stay for hours. The best part is the lagoon is open until 9 p.m. every night, so you can enjoy that summer breeze even after sunset. Plus, the varying depths in the lagoon make it a safe and chill spot for everyone, including the kids. The Crystal Cascades is 20 kilometres from Cairns and the closest you'll get to the city. There are ample places to swim as it's a series of smaller waterfalls and a bunch of swimming holes. There is a big car park available at the end of Red Lynch Road, along with bathrooms, barbecues and picnic tables. A nicely formed track runs alongside the Crystal Cascades, and at various points you can enter the water for a dip, making this a brilliant place to escape the summer heat and cool off. Thousands of tourists will flock here each year, mainly because it's so easy to access. This is among the amazing rainforest setting and a perfect place to bring a packed lunch and make a day of it. The end of the track is about 1 kilometre away and mostly uphill for obvious reasons. The safer swimming area stops about halfway, but you can continue along the track to view Cascade Falls and the viewing lookout point. You can access Fairy Falls by using the same car park as Crystal Cascades, and you can do them both in the same day. However, the path to Fairy Falls is not marked and instead has a sign to the car park for emergency assembly point and a warning to beware of stinging trees. While the path looks simple from here, it certainly doesn't end that way. Take note of what a stinger tree looks like too, and it's best to stay away from the leaves. This one only requires a short 15-minute walk in, but scaling over slippery rocks and muddy river edges. Therefore, it's not recommended to wear thongs or flip-flops. While being harder to get to and not clearly signposted, you'll definitely find fewer people here. On the other hand, it can be more dangerous and shouldn't be completed if you have any doubts. If you do manage to make it to the end, then you won't be disappointed. The falls are just magical, shaded most of the time, and has a small swimming hole at the bottom. Barron or Dindin Falls would have to be one of the more popular and relatively close to the city. It's located in the Barron Falls National Park about 40 minutes away from Cairns, and they're about 125 metres high. In fact, one of the best ways to see Barron Gorge is on a day trip to Kuranda Village. From December to April each year, Barron Falls are at their fullest and cascade an immense amount of water down the rocks into the waterhole below. The flow rate changes from 265,000 megalitres per day compared to 350 megalitres per day in the dry season. Although it's still a popular spot to explore for the rest of the year and with the other activities. You can drive yourself to the lookout point on Barron Falls Road. There's a quick and easy path to follow, and some of it is boarded path and a few stairs. This is the exact same spot you'll see on the Kuranda Scenic Railway And if you want a different perspective, then you can also stop off at Barron Falls Station on the Skyrail gondola ride. Clearly, there is no swimming here. Know that Stony Creek and Stony Creek Falls can't be accessed in the same place, but you can see them both easy enough. Stony Creek is only 20 minutes away in Barron Falls National Park. And once you park your car, there's only a small distance to some small waterfalls and a great swimming area. This beautiful Stony Creek area is mainly a rocky swimming hole with crystal clear waters. It's safe, calm spot to swim, but I would recommend insect repellent for the areas on the body that aren't submerged. I guess the time of year would determine how good or bad the mosquitoes or midges are. On the other hand, Stony Creek Falls is a lot further up the track, and instead you can view the actual falls from the Kuranda Scenic Railway adventure up the mountain. When the train slows down for a hook turn to the right, the left-hand side has a viewing straight past the waterfall. The Mossman Gorge is about 1 hour away and has a very nice setup here with a large tourist information centre, cafe and a bus service to get you into the gorge. During the day, between 8 and 4, the gates are shut and the only access you have is using the bus service, which runs about every 15 minutes. That and of course walking. Outside of those hours, you can access the skinny roads on your own and wander around for a swim. There are various walking trails you can take around Mossman Gorge. This includes the Lower River Track, Rex Creek Bridge, the Rainforest Circuit. All of these tracks veer around the gorge, picnic areas, bathroom and swimming spots. There are many ways to experience Mossman Gorge, but one of my favourites was the river drift and snorkeling tours. These were so much fun and suitable for all ages, but it was closer to access from Port Douglas if you're staying around in that area. It wasn't all rapids though. There was snorkeling in the fresh waters or relaxing while floating down the stream. The Waterfall Circuit is located in the Atherton Tablelands along Teresa Creek Road and includes 3 beautiful waterfalls. This is about 1.5 hours from Cairns, and the first of which is Elinga Falls. Elinga Falls has a short 10-minute walk downhill where you're eventually greeted with a wide cascade over a rock face. While the swimming hole at the bottom isn't very deep, you can still swim there to cool off. However, the falls do make a beautiful backdrop for a photo opportunity or slow shutter effects. More importantly, if you're really quiet, there have been sightings of platypus around too. Milla Falls are the second located here and one of the most photographed waterfalls in Australia. I think this is because how easy they are to access and available bus tours from Cairns. Not only that, but they're running all year round and have some great facilities available with car and bus parking. There's a huge grass area for picnics and large gatherings, a swimming hole if you want to take a dip, and a disabled access for those with low mobility. It's certainly an impressive sight to see after rainfall during the summertime, although there's still a lot of water coming down in the winter. Zilly Falls is the third and final waterfall to visit along Teresa Creek Road and Waterfall Circuit. However, there is limited parking and it's a little harder to see in full view. Within a few minutes you arrive at a lookout point to the side of the falls and can hear the rushing sounds of the water. There is an unformed track to take you down and view Zilly Falls from the bottom. However, I wouldn't recommend this track unless you're comfortable walking over uneven ground and slippery rocks. Once you're at the bottom, it requires scaling large boulders for a better view, and sometimes it may not be worth it. Visiting Paranella Park is a brilliant day trip from Cairns, taking 1.5 hours, or stopping in on your way through on a road trip. Just to the right of the park's entrance is a small walkway connected to a suspension bridge, which allows you to walk over the waterfall. You can enjoy this area at any time of day, as well as being an amazing sight at night with the floodlights. While you don't need to pay admission to see the falls, it's always better touring the rest of the establishment the castle, and get a better view of the falls. Paranella Park was built in the 1930s by Jose Paranella and circles around the Spanish castle, along with the Mina Creek waterfall as the main feature. If you pay the admission to enter the park, you will get different views of the falls as well as everything else the park has to offer. Josephine Falls is about 1 hour away and very easy to get to for a day trip or a short veer off the Bruce Highway. This is located on the tip of the Warunu National Park and fed from the Bartle Frere mountain range, which travels 7.5 kilometres from one of the highest peaks in Queensland. It's an easy 600-metre walk to the bottom of the swimming hole and soon after the viewing platform at the top. While you can be tempted to swim in the top pool, this can be dangerous and actually prohibited. However, there is a natural water slide and you are still contained within the Wet Tropics World Heritage Area. Alligator's Nest is starting to get a little further away in 2 hours and just outside of the small town of Tully. I was very impressed with my visit here, although I need to return in the summertime when it's a little warmer. We were the only ones here at this time, but expected a very busy swimming hole during the summer holidays. There was a nice easy staircase entrance, shallow and deeper waters to choose from, and the creek was crystal clear. Perfect spot to relax with a book or laze around in a donut floaty. Back in the park you had bathrooms, picnic tables and plenty of grassed areas to sit down. Now, Ponytail Falls were a huge shock to me and well worth a visit for colour and serenity. It's about 2.5 hours from Cairns and part of the Tully Gorge. It's accessed from the east side, which is different from seeing the Tully Falls from the west side of the national park. The way to Ponytail Falls is not signposted, but shortly after the camping area, you're going to look out for the number 11 painted on the road. Parking is right there and only a short distance to walk into the Tully Gorge and look straight out into the single drop falls. But no, this isn't for swimming due to the rapids and only for viewing. Obviously, we don't want you carried away down the Tully River and over the rocks. Cardwell Spa pools are just a touch further than Tully and one you might want to stop in on your way past on a road trip. It's only a short 15-minute via the A1 Bruce Highway along a dirt road, and the spa pools are right there beside the large parking area. The colour of the water here is absolutely amazing and something you just have to witness in person. This is just a standard rocky swimming hole that creates a spa effect with moving water. Due to a few different naturally occurring factors, the waters are a brilliant blue colour, making the perfect place for your next Instagram picture or a nice cool off. The Wujal Falls or Bloomfield Falls is an amazing sight to see for the first time, and I'm glad I got to stop here on my visit to North Queensland. It's located along the Bloomfield track, which is about 3.5 hours from Cairns, in between Cape Tribulation and the highway leading into Cooktown. However, this is a dirt track and recommended for a 4-wheel drive vehicle only. The falls are outside the community of Bloomfield with easy parking and a nice quick walk to see them. However, you will be scaling up and down some rocks to get closer. There is no swimming due to it being a sacred area to the local Aborigines, but also common for crocodiles to be around. While you might be staying in Cairns to see all of these waterfalls, there are some options for Port Douglas, so please click here and check out the difference between them and help work out where you're going to stay. Otherwise, thanks for watching today's edition on waterfalls and swimming holes near Cairns, and I will see you for the next one.